This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
Quiet on the set, please! Silence! Silence!
I knew you'd come. I'm not finished with you!
I am the cream, the cream of the crop.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening.
Because we don't just set the bar, we are the bar.
Hey, hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle-Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on thebrokeninfinite.com, Podomatic.com, iTunes, and wherever else we find this fine audio recording, and live on RVT Entertainment's Twitch.tv channel. We talk about professional wrestling, both in the mainstream and the independent scene. My name is Matty Jay. That's TWK.
Hi.
Oh boy. Are you just hi? That's it?
What
My
else do you
name's
want
Matt.
from me?
This is the Wrestle-Cast. You're usually all the hype.
Well, I got a really early morning meeting tomorrow at work, so no.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, that's TWK of TWK Reviews. He is here to entertain you as the WCW World Television Champion of the world of professional wrestling.
Which is something I haven't referenced in one of my own videos in like a year and a half at least.
You need to bring that back. I like what you do when you do that. Hell, I'll say it for you. Suck it, Jim Duggan.
Man, that gimmick is old.
Hey, you always say work your gimmick.
And somebody touched Bobert's spaghetti. How dare you, Matty? How dare you? Bobert is a trusted member of our community, and you violated him, you bastard.
Why, my one, we are so quick to accuse, aren't we?
I know, right?
We didn't do it.
Who said it was spaghetti? I had steak for supper.
Bobert said it was spaghetti. He was violated, and who would do it besides you, Matty? You are the biggest violator in our entire community right now.
How do we know that you're not just trying to deflect off of yourself?
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest this week.
Correct. Bobert, you're correct.
I get the feeling this is something that was cooked up during Riff Down. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, joining us this week, our guest from the Wednesday show where we do the tabletop RPG / shooting the breeze. It's the monk himself, Mildra the Monk. How you doing, bud?
Rage, Matty. Pure rage.
And I would like to
Let me tell you how much I have come to rage
Oh
since I
boy.
have begun to live.
Oh boy.
There are 500 million cells within my complex. If the word rage was written on every single one of those cells, it would not equal the pure, unbridled, unfettered rage that I feel for the Fed at this very moment.
Oh, Jesus. So would it be fair to quote Eric Cartman when he would say, "I am so pissed off right now"?
I'm not fat enough to be Cartman, but okay. I can go with that.
It's a fair assessment. It's a quote. That's all I'm saying. We're in for a show. That's all I'm going to say. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not even going to waste your time here. I'm just going to say that we got Backlash coming up. I'm sorry, bullshit coming up. Because that's what it was. We got to tell your emails and comments, your winners and losers. Of course, a lot of news to unravel in our third segment. But the monk is here. We need to rage. The show was so damn bad. I couldn't bother myself to put the thing back up and try to find it. I didn't even try to. So I went with Wrestle Talk's Ollie Davis as he reviewed. This is a condensed version of him talking about Backlash in about 4 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, Ollie Davis with the calm down version of how we feel about this particular they call it a pay-per-view. Here's Ollie Davis from Wrestle Talk. Take a listen.
Sami Zayn kind of turns on Kevin Owens. AJ and Nakamura kick each other in the dicks. And yep, this will probably be the worst WWE show of the year. I'm Ollie Davis. Click the eye above my head for what you thought, where you can choose from in all core average, poor and bore, as I review Backlash 2018 in about 4 minutes.
A few minutes later.
But whoa, Nelly! Did the main event give it a run in the crap stakes? After cutting an intense promo about how he's going to turn the big dog into a whimpering puppy, and then awesomely putting Roman Reigns through the announcer's table before the match even began, Samoa Joe carried on that ferocity with rest holds! Loads and loads of rest holds. It meant that it wasn't just Roman getting booed, it was the match itself. The crowd then played through WWE The Disinterested Roman Match Volume 5 with such hits as Rusev Day, Beat the Traffic, and This Is Boring. When the match finally ended after a Reigns spear, the WWE production truck cut to see Roman's adoring fans walking out the arena. Backlash was a very underwhelming show, rife with screwy finishes and lackluster action. In fact, the numbers are in. I can confirm Backlash was actually 83% rest hold. The Rollins vs. Miz opener feels like months ago. Backlash 2018 is the worst possible rating for.
You hear that, folks? That's generous.
Do we still have to actually review the show?
Yeah. I mean, not as much review as to pretty much scream in anger and apathy at WWE for stealing 3 hours of a lot of people's lives. Well, tell you what, D-Dub. I know you. This is. Let's be fair here. We could give you the ranking right the fuck now. It's 1 out of fucking 5.
I'll give it a 1.5.
IC title. That's pretty much where the half is. But, oh boy, I got a monk over here. He wants to rant. Let's have some fucking fun. Back.
Okay.
So
let's get
the official stuff, and then we get to the monk rage. How's that, huh?
Let's do this.
Let's get the official numbers and all that good stuff. May 6, 2018. Bullshit. WWE bullshit. Otherwise known as Backlash.
Do we really have to give this a full review?
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of our job in this case. I don't want to either. I fucking hate this thing, man. I'm glad I did Toka Riffs. I'm glad I had it in the background. There's one segment I liked. There's one match I liked. Everything else, bullshit. Backlash from the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. NEWARK, for those wondering.
Mm-hmm.
The purported attendance, 14,724. About, let's see, 4,724 left during the main event. Probably. We'll get to that. On the call, Michael, Corey Graves, John Korchman, Tom Phillips, and Byron, I'm a person, Saxton.
Byron, the most realistic animatronic, so realistic that he got rejected from Five Nights at Freddy's, Saxton.
Five Nights at Saxton's, everybody. More scary than Freddy's. I cannot confirm that, but you get the idea. The pre-show match went 10-10. It was Ruby Riott over Bayley. Yawn. That's all I'm going to say there. We pick it up with
Bayley was over. Not entirely sure how, because they seem to have tried to do a concerted effort to kill off Bayley for quite some time.
They've been killing off Bayley. They're killing off the Four Horsewomen. Like, the only one with their shit mostly intact, and I say mostly in the figurative sense, not the physical sense, if you're going by the news lately, would be Charlotte, her poor teeth and her poor tits. No, literally, we'll get to that in the news, I'm sure. We pick up in the main card with match of the night. Without question, the first one, Seth Rollins over The Miz for the Intercontinental title. It went
20 minutes, 30 seconds.
Yep, 20 minutes, 30 seconds. I say match of the night because, goddamn, both of them went out there and said, let's get that crowd going.
It was a really great match. However, the ending was never in doubt for me.
Nah, this is one of those, like, you knew it was going to happen. They couldn't put the belt on the Miz unless they wanted to see it.
Miz got traded to SmackDown, so we knew how this was going. So I think it was just decided, let's just set this on fire and do a proper send off, since one's going to be on Raw and the other one isn't.
I think they went, you know what? Let's throw the book out of the window. Let's have some fun. I think that's what they did.
Yeah,
thankfully.
Seth. Now, I do have to get one thing out of my system, and that is that Miz has the most obnoxious defense. Miz's fans have the most obnoxious defense brigade I've seen in quite a long time, because anytime anybody says anything about a match that Miz is in, like if I say that Seth Rollins and the Miz had a good match, all of a sudden I hear, why aren't you giving Miz his credit? I'm like, Miz is a good worker.
Yeah,
he's a solid hand.
The only thing is he doesn't work because he's a heel. He has to work as a heel.
Yeah, here's the thing. If you put Miz in a match with somebody who isn't a good worker, he's not going to have a good match. If you put Seth Rollins with somebody who isn't a good worker, he's going to have a decent match. Now that said, I will give Miz some credit because he took some abuse. There were a few bad bumps on him.
He took some bumps. Both men took some bumps. I mean, Rollins was selling that leg. Whew. Good job on that.
The leg thing is something that always kind of bugs me, because I know why they do it, because they have to constantly remind people about how his knee got fucked up in Ireland. But seriously, it's well past time to get past that. Also, you can't just call a certain move that Seth does as the knee. Give it a name. Hell, Twitter did the job for you when somebody suggested that the move be called Regicide.
Ooh.
Maybe called what?
Regicide. AKA murdering a king or queen. Royalty.
Ah, nice. Yeah, that just sounds nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a good word. But no, this was a great match, man. I rewatched everything. I rewatched some of it, and after hearing what happened with the rest of the card, I'm like, I'm going to rewatch the IC title. I'm going to rewatch that segment with the musical segment. We'll get to that. And
we'll get
everything
to that.
else, I could just throw right in the trash bin and not watch the rest of it. And I was happy there.
Into the trash it goes.
Yes.
Speaking
of trash, oh boy!
Before we get into that, there's a couple of things I need to go into, because I want to get all the positive shit out of my system before we get into the negative.
Good idea.
First things first. Seth Rollins. People have said it's been said for years that he should have always been a babyface, and this current run, he's pretty much proving it, that he is much better as a babyface than he is as a heel. And the other thing is I will always enjoy the comment that he made because the gimmick that he seems to be going with is that he wants to is the whole fighting champion thing, which we don't get enough of these days. I do also wonder if he's been taking some notes from Sting. I'm not entirely sure why I'm thinking that. It's just a feeling. And if that's the case, it's not like there hasn't been a precedent set, because after all, Okada outright admitted that he took a lot of his notes from Sting when he came back. But and now that I got the good stuff out of the way.
Before we do, I want to bring up Reverend with I just called the headshot. He's lining it up. Boom! Headshot. That's a good name. Too bad it's not
That's
PG.
another good one.
It's a good name, though. It's a good name. Golf clap. Let's get to what Lord Guru from DBZ Abridged would say. It's all downhill from there.
I will actually say that it started going downhill immediately after the match ended because of one comment from Corey Graves that pissed me off, where he said the Intercontinental title was known as the Workhorse belt, and Miz brought it to a whole new level. You fucking liar!
Oh,
I don't know. He's not really lying. I mean, the Miz made the Intercontinental title.
No. What Miz is a chicken shit heel. He's basically pulling the honky tonk man. I'm the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time.
Then again,
he had a
Corey
entourage that was helping him out, and that's when he didn't win via flukes. That was the gimmick. Chicken shit heel wins out, claims that he's the greatest ever, and brought prestige to the belt. That was the gimmick. And now Graves is trying to act like that was the legit thing. No.
So you're hating on him for breaking kayfabe, essentially.
I'm hating on him for not being consistent with the gimmick.
Fair enough. But really, Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss, Raw Women's Championship.
Oh boy, fuck.
10-20. The match, admittedly, was better, but still 5 minutes too long. But the true crime here, the post-match promo. You
mean just the huge plug for the Be a Star campaign?
So we've got about 30 minutes into this thing, and I need to make something clear. This crowd was hot.
This crowd, you had a good crowd, and then it's turning on you.
With this, dead. Two to the head, one in the chest, dead. Because okay, first things first. They do this promo package trying to recap this thing, and it's only been a month since WrestleMania. Not much has happened.
Yeah.
We did not need a promo package that went 4 fucking minutes.
Well, WWE, they do a promo package for basically almost any match.
Yeah, they do that for almost.
Did not need a 4-minute promo package. 5 minutes into the match, that's just how. 5 minutes into the match, I was asking for that promo package to come back because that was better.
Hey, T-Dub, this is where we sit back, relax, let him rage, because at this point he's doing our job.
Now, Alexa Bliss, I actually like Bliss.
She's a good heel.
She's not the best wrestler, but what she gets by on is she's very, very expressive.
She's a solid worker, knows how to bump, and she's an excellent heel.
Nia Jax is fucking useless. She can't bump. She keeps hurting people. She can't cut a promo without sounding like a Samoan China.
Oh,
She brings nothing to the table. And the fact that she was so... First off, first problem. Having the smaller person be the heel like this is not believable when you've got when the babyface is somebody as big as Nia Jax.
If you're gonna go full China, you should have just gone full China versus Ivory at WrestleMania 17. You probably would have retained some of the crowd heat.
No. An easy way to salvage this match: have it be a handicap match between Nia Jax and the team
James.
of Alexa Bliss and Mickie James.
Yeah,
and both of them just constantly cut off the babyface.
Go ahead, T-Dub.
I personally don't like handicap matches on pay-per-views.
I don't either, but this is one of those cases where it kind of has to be done in order to make things believable simply because of the size difference, and it's very hard to be a giant babyface.
They've been able to make it work because the crowd buys into it.
The crowd, when she did the face turn, that was good. But it's keeping that babyface thing without losing your specialness. That is not easy. Like when you're a giant babyface, you have to be special. Now that's the reason why I'd be willing to go with this is because one, if they're trying to go with this bully angle, bullies will always try and have a numbers advantage when they can, and two, it would be a way to have the match be somewhat interesting and somewhat less stupid.
I've noticed that both in the WrestleMania match and in this one, there was no interference from James because in the WrestleMania match, she was taken out like right as soon as the match started. In this one, I don't think was Mickie James even at ringside for this.
She was not.
No, I don't.
No, she was not ringside for this. Actually, no.
That's interesting.
Now, Jax. Now, when you have two people who are, this match wasn't excessively botchy in the sense of blatant screw-ups. It's just that everything that they did was just bad. Every single fucking thing sucked. and then when the match ends,
she cuts. They have Renee Young, and I'm like, it's a post-match promo saying, "Bullies this, don't be a star, be a day." I'm like, and the crowd turns. If you ever wanted a crowd to turn on an anti-bullying campaign, good fucking job, Vinny.
That's why they booed the fuck out of her.
Good job, Vinny. You be a star heel.
I'd imagine that they turned be a star heel when during that campaign of abusing Jim Ross.
Oh.
Which one?
Yeah,
all of them. Fucking all of them. Put every single one of those things in there because how stupid is it to have somebody who's a blatant heel on your show doing speeches about be a star?
Is that rhetorical?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That's rhetorical.
But everybody knew. Everybody. Now, as far as this whole, you can be special, you can be unique, and all that. One, there's ways to do this without sounding so phony.
My finger keeps pointing on that. My finger keeps pointing at that tweet by Stephanie McMahon all those years ago about philanthropy and good marketing or something like that.
Yeah, which I think that pisses me off more than the video marketing shit I saw out of Cinema Sins, but that's another story. But fuck Cinema Sins. But the thing that especially made it worse was the phony, fake ass scripted artificial promo that Nia Jax got preceded a phony, fake ass scripted artificial promo by Michael Cole about Be a Star.
Yeah,
but hopefully this shit is over. They can feud with other people. We're probably going to see a breakup angle at some point. Good, as long as these two are not in the first things first.
Storm Waves. Okay.
Go back to Florida, stay there for a year, come back when you can actually wrestle a match and not hurt somebody, because she hurt Bailey, and if what I heard is correct, Bliss had some shoulder issues after the match.
Yeah, she did. This was reported by WWE, and it's been confirmed by a lot of sources that she did have.
Well, it turns out. Well, I don't think that the injuries should be too bad. Isn't she still wrestling on the tour?
She's still wrestling on the tour, so it's not as bad. But something happened in that match. Obviously.
The last thing we need is a new Mabel.
I don't think she's going to be as bad as Mabel. No.
Well, let's be fair. Mabel. I think the difference between Mabel and Nia is that when you tell
she doesn't have that dumbass finish.
One and two, when you tell Nia to watch it, she'll try to watch it. Unlike Mabel, who says, "Okay, I'll watch it," and he still hurts the motherfucker.
I just remember. I just remember that finish from Mabel. Just that whole thing. You've got a guy who weighs a quarter ton. You're going to go ass first on someone's lower spine.
Wrestling. Let's move on. We gotta move on here.
Okay,
Jeff Hardy overran your United States Heavyweight Championship in 12 minutes.
Meh.
Meh.
Okay, two things. One, if I wasn't so pissed off, I could probably do a drinking game out of the number of times I had to hear about the Champion's Advantage. Two, as Randy Orton is coming out, and I'm getting the strongest caffeine I can because it's a Randy Orton entrance.
Yes.
I do so. As corny as it may have been back in the day, I miss burning my light. At least that.
Hey, nothing you can say. Nothing's gonna change what you've done to me. Now it's time to shine. Take what's mine while you burn inside my life.
Apparently he hates that song, but at least that thing has some fucking energy.
Yeah.
Now that said, this was a 2009 SmackDown match without the commercial.
That's generous.
This was because here as Orton's coming down to the ring, I hear Corey Graves talk about trying to put over Orton's methodical style.
Oh, I overheard that. Which is
appropriate because he did all of his methodical moves. Somebody methodically booed. Jeff Hardy methodically hit him with a swanton for the finish. And you had every single methodical moment that you've seen in every single Randy Orton match because he does not care. He is on complete autopilot.
He's on auto paycheck mode. Also, you keep using that word. I don't think you'd believe what you need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I fucked up the line, but you get what I'm trying to get with Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Oh.
You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Yes, thank you.
Brian called it a 5-star, 2-star match, which is certainly true. It is the perfect average match.
Yes.
I do have to dock 1 point, and I'm not sure if this was Cole or who else, but you know that move that's basically a headstand into a corner drop kick. They're trying to give a cute name by saying that's the Hardiac arrest. No.
Oh, no.
No.
Back to the drawing board with that name. Put your motherfucking head back down.
Try again. Absolutely not.
No.
Is that something that Jeff would possibly come up with? Maybe.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's something that he'd probably come up with, and everybody else would look at him like he's fucking stupid.
At least it's not as bad as the knee,
or the big cow.
Now, before we get to the next match, I do have to bring up one thing. That promo that Samoa Joe cut, where he said that he was going to turn the big dog into a puppy. Am I the only one who thought that was really lame?
Yeah, you could tell someone wrote that for him.
That was. It's like that. I feel like that they saw. Oh shit! This guy is actually cutting good promos against Roman Reigns. We got to kill this off.
Ugh. To the writing staff who wrote Samoa Joe's promo.
Stay off the weed.
Just saying. Next up, Daniel Bryan taking on Big Ass. Sorry, Big Cass,
Okay.
officially. Bryan over Cass by submission, 7:45.
Oh God, how is it that this was worse than Jax and Bliss?
No, I thought it was better than that.
It was better, but not by much. Let's be
Okay,
fair.
first off, Big Cass is more orange than Donald Trump.
Jesus Christ.
No, that is physically impossible.
That is a lot of spray tan. I
have not seen this much spray tan since the spray tan stain incident from Miz at the Royal Rumble.
Ooh. I haven't seen that much spray tan since the Young Bucks last week. That's a lot of spray tan is what we're trying to get at.
Yeah, you don't get dipped in it.
Like a chocolate cone, like an ice cream cone and chocolate.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mildra, but it's the analogy I had to think of at that point.
First off, first point against this. Big Cass's entrance music.
Sounds like a bad version of Cult of Personality to me.
It sounds like garbage. Like it's just a bunch of noise. It sounds like CFOs just threw a bunch of shit at the wall because they didn't know what they could use.
Actually, LPH with a legitimately good question. Donald Trump or Enzo Amore?
Yes.
Bauer says if Big Cass were half his size, he would be an Oompa Loompa.
That's very true. It's very true.
And I'd still have a big ass.
See, all you gotta do is put big above Cass, and you won't have the big ass problem.
Yeah, but
oh my.
Okay,
God.
he's coming back from an ACL injury, which those are you're never quite the same when you get a ACL injury because knee injuries are not something to be fucked with.
I've suffered knee injury. I know exactly what he's saying.
Yeah. Now
They're not fun.
Now that said, when you can't be brought to a good match with Daniel Bryan.
If Bryan Danielson can't do good with you, and God knows he fucking tried.
First off, go home. Second off, Cass seems to be trying to style himself as a poor man's Diesel, except he only has 3 moves.
Yeah,
not three moves of doom, just 3 moves. It is like playing an NES. It's like playing Muscle on the NES. That is what Big Cass is like. I know I made the joke about you only having 2 buttons when it came to Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
But it's the truth it may as well be the truth with Big Cass.
Yeah. And the thing that really pissed me off after this is we had to do the post-match assault, which means that this feud is going to continue, that they're going to have at least one more match. And I'm saying, just put Daniel Bryan and Miz in a program. That's been something that
it's the obvious program. Don't fucking wait till SummerSlam. Build that fucker up. Build it up.
Have Miz screw Bryan at Money in the Bank, and then build up to SummerSlam. Boom, done. Pay me.
Do you want a can of Coke or a bottle of Coke?
Bottle.
Fair enough. It's something to be said. If you can't work magic with a guy who works magic with everybody else, something's wrong.
Yeah,
you know.
I will say that I did like the "We want Enzo, no we don't" chant.
I love that chant. I heard that chant. I'm like, oh my god. Yes. Next up, speaking of Enzo, here's another cohort of his, a former cohort. Carmella defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair. She went over in 9 minutes flat, and
Okay, you know what? I take it back. This was probably the worst of the two women's matches that we got. Because in hindsight it's a close call because
it's a close call. Yeah.
Now here's the thing: Big Cass sucks, but at least when he's doing spots, it's somewhat believable. It sucks, but it's somewhat believable. Carmella, her entire thing is chin locks and weak ass slaps, like I'm watching Kelly again.
It's like she is a throwback to Divas wrestling, and not in a good fashion.
Well, at the
I will say this though. I will say this: she is a good chicken shit heel.
Yeah, what I was about to say is at the very least, her offense is supposed to be stuff that you would boo. Like that's the reason that she's doing that sort of stuff.
If nothing else, she is a good chicken shit heel.
Which is why I have to wonder why they went with a clean win.
Yeah, that was very confusing.
Because not only is it sending the message that she could have beaten Charlotte instead of just taking an opportunistic approach with the cash in, because that's supposed to be the heat. But by beating her clean, it's like, yeah, she could beat her, and it also means that she could beat the woman who beat Sasha. I mean,
she could also beat
the woman who beat Asuka. Sorry.
That's because no one's ready for Big Money Mella.
That said, Carmella, get a new theme song.
Yeah. Her theme song is FABOLOUS, yes, cause she's fabulous. Diamonds on her neck, capiche, big hair, high heels. Why are you staring at me like that?
We're staring at you because we're thinking about daving you for that.
T-Dub,
the theme song is so catchy.
You know that karaoke. First off, that song feels like something I would expect Jimmy Hart to do in WCW, because it is such a blatant ripoff of Fancy.
Except better because it isn't.
No, with the way it's structured, it is a blatant ripoff.
Except that's why I bring better than the song that's ripping off, because it isn't that song.
T-Dub, which is worse? Getting shit on by a pigeon or getting shit on by a blue jay?
I know what you're trying to go for here, but I'm just not going for it because I actually do believe this is a better song.
1% better doesn't really count for much.
Let's see. Bauer is now picturing me singing that song while wearing Carmella's ring gear.
I hate all of you.
At this point, I'm just letting you two go at it, you know? That's all I gotta do at this point, Jesus.
Moving on.
Ladies and gentlemen. Shinsuke.
Before that, should we get to the song and dance first?
I think yes. The song and dance happened between this and the WWE title match, which should have been the main event. Fuck you, Vinny. But ladies and gentlemen, Elias. He starts to talk. He gets interrupted by New Day.
First, let me stop you there for 1 second.
Sure.
Elias got cheered at first.
Yes.
He was trying so hard to get booed.
Couldn't get Jersey to cheer him or boo him.
Then the new day come up, and they say they want to walk with Elias, which seems like and have that exchange, which seems a bit of a facey thing to do.
Yes.
And then they disappear.
Yep.
Then we have they don't disappear. They hang around ringside.
They're around.
Yep.
And then
we have and
then Elias tries again.
Yep. Then we have No Way Jose with
No,
who
then we
next?
had then we had Rusev Day.
Rusev Day.
Yep.
Then we have
It's the Rusev Day. Rusev Day. Yeah, it's my day. It's my day.
trying to keep it short there, but you get the idea. He comes in,
Yep.
they come out. Elias like, oh no, cut that bullshit. Let me try that again. They do it again, and then this time, no way, Jose, no way, Jose.
comes out with I guess he found the closet where they kept the rosebuds in.
Yes. Pretty much.
Yep, and accompanying No Way Jose is Breezango and Titus Worldwide.
Yep.
And then Elias tries to go for his routine again, and then he gets interrupted out of nowhere by Bobby Roode.
Glorious. Into a DDT. They dance into the sunset, and Elias couldn't do it, and Michael Cole is pissed off.
How long did this go? Like 20 minutes?
10.
This went 10 minutes.
At least.
This fucking thing is the reason why we went long.
To be fair, it was the second best part of the show.
It was this, yeah. This was fucking hilarious. Like,
and the thing that I found especially funny is that you know how if you look on what's trending when it comes to Twitter, with some of the top trends, it'll have a little description of what's going on, or it'll just have people who are tweeting about it. Backlash, song and dance entertained WWE fans at Backlash. Nothing about the matches, nothing about any of the finishes, nothing about who won. No, song and fucking dance is how Twitter saw fit to advertise that people were talking about Backlash.
you know, you got a bad pay-per-view when they're talking about the filler of the pay-per-view. That's a good thing. That's a bad omen.
It certainly wasn't the following match.
Oh, God bless both AJ and Shinsuke Nakamura. Hashtag Fire Road Dog.
Okay.
Shinsuke
their match at-
AJ
their match
Styles
at
versus
WrestleMania-
Shinsuke Nakamura. It ended in it was a no disqualification match for the WB title. It ended in a no contest because they saw fit to do the wrestling equivalent of that one scene from Malcolm in the Middle of nothing but all of the low blows.
Okay. First thing off, the only good thing I'll mention about this match. I like the remix of Shinsuke's theme.
I love that. Great.
I'm not a big fan of the fact that, and this is the problem that CFOs has with a lot of his stuff, is that they loop way too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Because would it be too much to ask for a few more bars? Did you really need to have the stuff to be only a minute and a half?
I would say that it loops around to the chorus a bit too often, and the theme songs are still 4 to 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's like obviously they write wrestling music. So with entrances on average being around 90 seconds.
But it seems like the only two people I'd say who seem to have their head on straight when it comes to doing music for major promotions are Dale Oliver. Not sure if he's still with TNA or if he.
He's still making He's making theme songs for pretty much every promotion at this point.
He finds work. Let's put it that way. He finds work.
And Yonosuke Kitamura.
New Japan.
Yeah.
Still a big fan of Takeover. Shibata's theme.
Yep.
Anyway.
Anyway, it's like this match started off with where it seemed like they were slowly starting to get the crowd back and get them to pay attention. And then the cliff came. a double countout in a no DQ match.
Wiki has it as a no contest, but
the point is something like a no DQ match is designed specifically so that there is a decisive winner.
None of your Brian goddamn Armstrong.
Yeah, Road Dogg, fuck you. You have always been the worst wrestler in the family.
Oh fuck.
And he's the one that's made the most money.
Wrap your head around that, man.
Yeah, but he's he made money that he's the one guy in a wrestling family who made money by shaking his ass.
Has dreadlocks will travel.
In fact, I will say that Ali G took his notes from you, Road Dogg.
Ha!
Ooh. That's right.
So yeah, the only upside is that they're going to continue this feud, but at the same time, like, we just saw 2 no contests in a row for a WWE title match on pay-per-view.
And this is where I gotta go.
Here's the clicker. No one would blame you.
How could you not turn the TV off after that, man?
I was really tempted. I've never been so tempted to just leave.
Because this is where I'm like,
Here's the thing. I actually defended the fact that they did the count out for the Greatest Royal Rumble because even if we were seeing it, it was still a glorified house show. They had to spin the wheels. You were not going to have a title change on a house show. At the same time though, God damn it, D'Lo. Not to mention the fact that matches between these two are set to be dream matches. And you want to know what my fear is going to be? That because of the status of both of these people, they're going to turn this into Cena Orton. Have a bunch of matches and try and claim that it's a rivalry. I hope to fuck I'm wrong. I do not want that shit. And if this ends up going past SummerSlam, then I'm going to be really pissed. But
this is probably where we'll bring you back in.
Yeah, because here's the thing. What this match tells me is that they had no idea how to escalate the feud, so they just decided to have the hamster spin the wheel. I guess because actually trying to do more than that would require more than one brain cell, and that's shared between 30 people, so that was out. But still, this is now like the third time that they've met in less than 30 days.
Yeah,
getting a little old. Wrap this shit up at SummerSlam. Move on to other people.
No, it looks like they're gonna be wrapping up at Money in the Bank.
I think at this point,
this
point, gentlemen, the sooner the better.
If this ends up being this is one of those moments where I'm glad that Vince Russo is not booking, because he would probably put a cup on a pole match.
Oh my god.
I did hear that somebody I think it was Sol Monster, wanted to set up an Indiegogo to buy AJ Styles a cup. And
yeah, he pretty much kept on saying that AJ doesn't have a cup by the time this match happens, and AJ is the dumbest person on the roster.
And guess what? He is the dumbest person on the roster.
And to be honest, if this was happening in, say, ROH or PWG, they would do a cup spot.
They would do a cup spot.
It's not happening.
Is WWE so afraid of copying indie promotions now? Is that what it is? It's basic wrestling knowledge. You're building up the people that expect a cup spot now.
Yeah. And I could book that thing in a heartbeat. Shinsuke finally tries to go for the low blow. He ends up selling it like he broke his arm, and then AJ pins. Feud over. We can move on to other people.
Literally, it's a steel cup made out of the same material that Bret Hart used to block the spear.
Yeah. It's been done.
Just because it's been done doesn't mean it's not a bad idea or predictable. It's logic.
Here's the thing that a lot of people, especially over there, don't seem to get. Being not predictable is not a synonym for being good. Because sometimes, as we've learned from the numerous bad gimmick matches that TNA has done over the past decade, just because somebody didn't see it coming does not mean it's not fucking retarded.
Essentially.
Yeah. Now, the reason I hit the Peter Griffin clicker button was Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley over Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn was a tag match. Went 8-40, and
okay.
I should say, Braun Strowman and Bobby, what the fuck was I doing on Monday Night Lashley?
Okay, first things first.
We'll get to that promo in the third, by the way.
We're not.
First things first. So we've established that the WWE does not like bullies. They hate bullies. What the fuck was this match then? It was two bigger guys bullying the fuck out of two smaller guys for 8 minutes. That's what this was.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, you see, there's a reasonable explanation for all this.
I'm not hitting the troll save button.
Oh.
Not
This
here.
isn't Sunday.
No, this is not Sunday or Thursday.
Secondly, okay, let me get this straight. The whole gimmick with Braun Strowman recruiting a 10-year-old to win the tag belt at WrestleMania.
Here we go.
Hang on. I'm going somewhere with this. Don't. The whole gimmick with that was he can do it by himself. He doesn't need a tag partner. He just got one out of because he didn't need one, he could just grab one out of the crowd and still win. So if that's the case, that he doesn't need a tag partner, that he can just do this shit on his own.
Where the hell did Bobby Lashley come from then?
Yeah, why is he tagging with Lashley? This is somebody who has made it clear he does not play well with others at all.
And he's being forced to play well with others.
Well, if you actually want story continuity, you'll have to watch literally any other wrestling promotion ever then.
Yes.
I'm not giving them a pass because they're WWE.
No.
This is stupid, and they should feel stupid for it. Now sit down in your stupidness and be stupid. Be about as stupid as the Swagger Soaring Eagle.
Well, at least that had Chavo Guerrero in it.
Okay, we also got the dead bird call, but still.
Yeah. Yes, sir, a very dead bird, deader than a doornail. That is what you get, yeah.
But yeah, are they trying to tease a breakup between Owens and Zayn? Because one, that would be really dumb, and two, because it seemed like I'm not sure if they just did a failed version of the heel walkout gimmick, but it was like one was trying to throw the other under the bus.
Essentially, it was not entertaining.
No. And to be honest, now Owens can do fine on his own. Zayn not quite as much because he's somebody that they cannot figure out what to do with. Because they don't have, again, they only have one brain cell among 30 people.
Yeah.
So, I think it's finally time we get to that match.
Oh. Oh boy.
Okay.
That's T-Dub's reaction. That's my reaction to this. Roman Reigns taking on Samoa Joe. He went over 18-10, and half the crowd gone.
Roman Reigns comes out, and nobody cares.
No one cares. And Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, crowd is yay! Roman Reigns comes out, crowd goes mild.
Yeah, this is not a case of the crowd booing the shit out of him. This is a case of no one cares. There's some boos, but there is just general. But it's not the kind of energetic boos you get at like a WrestleMania or even the Raw after. This is a case of no one cares. Everyone's tired. We are getting close to past 11 o'clock at night, and they're a bright idea because they seem to think that crowd reaction works on some sort of seesaw. Is that you've got these people are tired. Man, it's main event time. They are just dead. They are just dead, and you need to bring them back to life. What perfect match to make? What perfect thing to do than fucking rest hold Mania? Thinking that if they, because here's their mindset. If we make the crowd boo Samoa Joe in this case, then they'll cheer Roman Reigns. Nope. They had him do fucking rest holds throughout that whole thing, and both of them are getting booed.
This should have been a knockdown, drag out brawl.
And the response where it had that the opening brawl, there was that really nice counter with the drive-by, and
like the first few minutes before the match even started with Samoa Joe throwing Roman Reigns around. That should have been the entire 18 minutes.
This match was if this match was supposed to make Roman strong after getting his ass kicked twice, it did not do it because here was the layout for the whole match. Reigns gets his ass kicked and then hits his finisher and wins.
What I think would have been much better is if, number one, you shorten the match by about 3 or 4 minutes. Number two, you do far significantly less rest holds, and you let Roman show off a bit more of his varied offense because he can do that.
He's got an arsenal, and Samoa Joe is a brawler too. He can brawl with the best of them. Have them throw down. Who cares about the crowd reaction? Have them beat the shit out of each other. Have Roman go in there, take his licks in, but throw him back. This should have been an even matchup, yes, but it should have been with. I would argue Roman would have been a little bit more over New Jersey if this was a knockdown, drag out fight with both men busted open.
Yeah, because that's the kind of Roman Reigns that people will get behind to see. I do not want to see Roman Reigns in a wrestling match.
No.
And I don't think anybody else does. They want to see Roman Reigns not talk, come in, beat ass, leave. The person that they should be taking notes from when it comes to how to book Roman Reigns is, of all people, somebody like Goldberg.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Unlike Goldberg, Roman does have some wrestling acumen. He could actually go.
Yeah, he can go. He can go.
And he's also not been really improving on the mic. It's just that all the creative decisions made for him are just hindering him at every opportunity, it seems.
Yeah. Well, there's also the fact that this storyline of the management is screwing me over because Vince is
They're
a Brock
trying
Lesnar guy.
everything to try to get anyone to say, "Yay, Roman!" Just anything. At this point, it's like, put the script down, let the man fight. They're doing is, let the man talk, let's pull back the fight. I'm like, that's not how the babyface works. Babyface wants to beat the crap out of the heel.
It's like this is
the opposite.
This is not hard. You've been at this shit since the 40s. Fed, you should know how this works.
You think they would?
Yeah, you would fucking think. You would think. But the problem has always been that they have been. Here's the thing. A few years ago, I think we all agreed that Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns were miscast. Seth should be a face. Roman should be a heel. We've got half of the solution fixed. Now but the other half, no.
The biggest problem is that because they're a publicly traded company and they want to push merch so hardcore, they will not turn them heel.
Mm-hmm.
Although, alas, we get to. I will admit, seeing the way the German guy ran off when the commentary desk was going to get destroyed, that was fun. So, the match ends, and in all of my life, I've never seen this. They try to, you know how whenever the pin happens, and the bell is rung, they try to do the whole thing where they'll try and do a gotcha moment with the crowd by cutting to them just as they're cheering because yay, the match is over, thinking that they'll get a gotcha. Yay, Roman won.
Roman won. Crowd fucking leaving.
I have never seen this before in my life.
People leaving during the main event. And this is the New York crowd. You could say New Jersey all you want, but this is the home turf. By and large, this is the home territory.
Mm-hmm.
And they're leaving on your golden boy.
Which is why it doesn't surprise me that there's been rumors going about that some people behind the scenes are not happy about this. But I guarantee you that there's going to be some kind of double down. Now, if there's any solace in this, is that since Joe is now because of the shakeup, we knew that Joe wasn't going to win. But I feel like if this was trying to make Roman Reigns look strong, it failed because if there's anybody who looks strong coming out of this, it's Joe, because he just beat the piss out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And with Joe on SmackDown, I feel very confident that we'll see him in much better feuds.
That's for sure.
And hey, and maybe sometime in the fall we can get Bryan versus Joe again. We haven't had that in so long. Maybe Bryan's learned to dance better.
All right, so we've already given our ratings. Let's just move on.
Yeah, this is 1 out of 5. Mildred, out of 4, because I don't think we asked you about that, but
out of 5, what do you give the show?
Yeah,
I am since I don't feel like doing decimals because I'm not Metacritic. Fuck Metacritic. The lowest that I can give this thing is just 1. Simply because the only good things in this was that segment, even though it was wrong place, wrong time, and the opening match.
Yeah. In other words,
-5 stars.
Maybe 10.
Well, we've broken one of the system. May as well fuck up the other part, huh? That being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your emails and comments of the week. You can send them at Wrestle-Cast@gmail.com. A quick announcement while I'm at here. I hold in my hand a ticket to C4's They Live event coming up at the end of the month. Actually, Friday, May 25th. That's right, I said Friday. So, guess what, folks? Friday the 25th, no Wrestle-Cast. I'll be enjoying the graps
Yay!
Yeah,
Two weeks I get
new venue
day
too,
off.
St. Anthony's Hall at St. Anthony's Street, Ottawa, Ontario. So, looking very much forward to that. Like I said, support your independent promotion as soon as possible. I'm about to do it. Or I am about to do it, so there you go. That being said, we start off with Cure Crystal. God, this pay-per-view is so boring, and bored is the last thing anything should make me feel. AJ versus Shinsuke, that finish, aka the Sheik button. So, let's see. Shiki. You mean, oh yeah, you mean, that particular fucking button over here.
Fucking bullshit!
That's a good button to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for Money in the Bank qualifying matches, Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman. I'd like to summarize that match in one verse, and before I do anything else, I cannot do the song, but I know someone who can. It's Brian Zane.
Braun Strowman, called the monster among men, won the tag belt with the band. Braun Strowman, giving no fucks while flipping.
There we go. So Braun Strowman hates KO Man. They have a fight. Strowman wins. Braun Strowman. Thank you, Brian Zane, he says. There you go. Makes sense, right? As for the rest, Finn winning is a good thing. Ember hitting a double eclipse was awesome. It's Rusev's time to shine, and Miz winning. That's okay, I guess. And Charlotte's going in as well. And her two front teeth. Now, I think the question that everybody's been asking is, when will Jeff Hardy start using normal words as his theme song again? He teased it on Instagram, so come on. That's a good point. Next up, though, that's it from Cure Crystal. Next up is our good friend, hey, T-Dub, guess who it is?
T-Dub decided to pull a BRB.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Yeah. My guess is they thought the email would be a little longer than he expected. Well, it's Francho Taku. Well, I'll get him to say it while I'm reading this. Hello, people. I'll go straight away. But this week, CM Punk returns to the wrestling world. Yeah, I'm spoiling it, but he'll show up at some meet and greet during the All-In weekend. Cody, you magnificent bastard. You've read our book. He won't wrestle, but still, it's a great move. However, we got to start some shit to take out. Backlash 2018, hands down the worst pay-per-view candidate of 2018. It started with The Miz and Rollins for the IC title. And it went all downhill from there. Like Yamcha. I don't know what this Yamcha
is, but it
sounds disappointing. Thank you, Mildra. Nia retains against Alexa, but has a horrible post-match promo intense anti-bullying. BA star. Hardy versus Orton was bland. Cass tapped out like a bitch against Bryan, even if with the post-match beatdown. Still a bitch. Carmella versus Charlotte was bland. Styles versus Nutcrackamora ended up in the draw with a double kick City. Roman and Lashley destroyed Steen Jericho, and Reigns beats Samoa Joe in another bland match. So bland that people immediately leave the arena. Again, Reigns is the main event. Gets the main event slot. Overall, this is painful to watch near the end. 2 out of 5. The 2 was for Miz and Rollins. That's fair enough. TW back? I guess the answer is no. Raw, it was boring to sit through. To sum up, Balor and Strowman are qualified for the men's Money in the Bank match. Amber Moon is part of the women's Money in the Bank match. Jinder beats Gable thanks to the 50-50 booking. Ew. Rollins did okay to carry Mojo Jojo Riley. And the Delete of Worlds beats Axe and Bo. See what I did there? Axe and Bo. Axe as in A-X-E and Bo, B-O-W. And Jinder will face Reigns in the near future. We're screwed. two of Vince's boys in the near main event. Yeah.
I'm bracing for a lot of lengthy arguments between you and T-Dub over that, because
yeah, that's got to be a pain.
There are no winners, especially not the audience.
The only winner here is T-Dub, because that Ginger's T-Dub's boy. Boy stable, that's all I'm going to say. And Ginger's back in the stable, so that is allowed in the boy stable, according to OSW law, so... SmackDown, better but not much. Miz and Rusev qualified for the men's Money in the Bank. Charlotte is qualified for the women's Money in the Bank, and Becky dropped to Mandy Rose. Clean? Why? Also, for those who said Brian got buried, here's the thing. Putting Brian in a ladder match right after he's cleared would put him at risk. Plus, Rusev needs the victory more than Brian, and hell, D-Bry is always cheered after the match since he sold his injuries from this beatdown from Cassidy. So he's fine for now. The worst part is that his feud with Big Ass is still going. I assume until SummerSlam. Ooh. NXT need to see it, especially the Ciampa Ono matchup. Still as hell. Winners, the All In House Show, adding CM Punk as the special guest was a good idea to boost sales, even with the non-wrestling role during the show. Miz and Seth Rollins for the IC title, that was a saving part of Backlash 2018. The Wrestling Academy Rohrboss, a wrestling school in Rohrboss, Switzerland, who showed up during a convention I attended last Thursday. They did a Battle Royal exhibition where Cash Crash won the match. It was okay, but wouldn't love to give him a shout out. All right. Support your independent promotion. Before I read losers, T-Dub, are you back?
Hello.
Hello.
Is there anybody in there?
Hello. Hello.
Just not if you can hear me.
T-Dub, I'm reading the email from our good buddy, you know who it is.
French Otaku.
Thank you. Short version. We're at the end of the email, unfortunately. That's what happened. Losers! Calling Cassidy for his backstage heat. Apparently he went a little too far when he beat up the midget Brian last week. He wasn't supposed to punch him at the end. I might explain why he tapped out so quickly to Brian and didn't show up on SmackDown this week. The names of Cody Bear's assistant, Burnell. I'm sorry, but it reminds me of Phil Burnell, aka Darkside Phil. If that's the case, which it's not, he'll bring mega heat from the big gaming community. I believe it's not. Then again, this is Cody Rhodes. He likes heat. He's been liking that heat. Backlash 2018. Do I need to explain why blows when the crowd walked out seconds after the finish and chanting "This is boring" in a match featuring Samoa Joe? Yeah, it failed. That's it for me to hit the bed. Enjoy your week and enjoy your weekend, and see you guys soon. There you go. Yeah. Big Cass getting heat for going a little too far. Yeah. That's a thing. We'll talk about that and all the news. But before that, those are your emails and comments of the week. You can send them at thewrestlecast@gmail.com. We shall return, ladies and gentlemen, with the news, the winners and losers. And are we out of Monk Rage?
I think the rage has been abated.
All right. So happy Monk for the rest of the show. We'll be right back. Yeah, we'll be right back right after this. Take care, folks. We'll be right back.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Aren't they cute and so well behaved? Oh, baby.
bang into them. WWF Entertainment.
Hey, Jabroni! You smell what the Rock is cooking?
This is WMOB Mobile, 12 on your channel dial and 12 in the TV ratings.
Miz, congratulations on your victory.
Congratulations is correct. Because what did I just do? I just qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And what does that win? That wins the Money in the Bank contract. A contract that I won in 2010. A contract that I cashed in to become the WWE champion. A contract that will lead me all the way back to the main event of WrestleMania. The pattern happens again, and it's gonna be awesome.
And we're back here on the Wrestle-Cast. Presented by RVT Entertainment on thebrokeninfinite.com, podomatic.com, iTunes, podcasting places, Twitch.tv, we're live there. Matty TWK and Mildra the Monk joining you and talking about the wrestling this week. I'm going to read this real quick from @Matt Jackson on Twitter. You know, you might have heard of the man, half of the Young Bucks. The Super Smash Bros. Should be wrestling in every company in the world. In Tag Evil Uno and Stu Dose. Marty Skrull, get them a job at Ring of Honor. Matt Jackson, trust me, we're trying.
Fucking finally!
Can someone find me a way to see that match between the Bucks and the Smash Bros? Because I will watch the shit out of that. Having seen both Dose, having seen the Smash Bros live in person, they've deserved a job in a top tier wrestling company for a decade.
Yeah, and you can see that match if you join the Ring of Honor Club.
Honor Club, yeah, figured.
I will accept that on one condition, and that is we need the something cool spot. We need the poses, is what I'm saying.
Yes. And they need to come out to Mortal Kombat.
Well, the Mortal Kombat thing, that's probably not going to happen, but I'm pretty sure they probably have Adam Massacre still on speed dial. They could probably call him up and do a cover and ask him to do a cover.
Oh, I'd Adam Massacre. Oh.
By the way, I actually haven't seen a match with these guys since they turned heel. So I'm not sure what kind of spots they do now.
It's there's a little bit of walk and brawl, but it's still there. It's still good.
First one I'll talk about in the news is
Wrestle
Queendom.
Yeah, we tried to talk about that last week live, and the power went up 5 zillion times.
It's fucking delivered.
I can imagine Addie Starr was in there. I was wondering why I didn't mark out Addie Starr in at first place, but then again, I was worried about the power. Addie Starr was in there, which, by the way, she retired from full-time competition about a couple of years ago at Fighting Back. So,
yeah, she was in the War Games match, which was an excellent way to kick off the show. And I would say of all these women, keep your eye on Blue Nikita.
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
then we got the ladder match, which, holy shit, that was amazing. That was won by Nina Samuels, so she's going to be the next #1 contender. Then we got Kaylee Ray versus Meiko Satomura. Holy fucking shit. Match of the year contender.
God, that good?
Well, it's Meiko Satomura and Kaylee Ray. I would expect nothing less personally.
Fair enough.
And then we got the big heavyweight match, Aja Kong versus Viper. And
question.
To quote
Aja Kong versus Jessica Havoc. Can we book that, please?
Oh, that would be tremendous.
Just say.
To quote when it comes to Aja Kong, to quote the play-by-play man, forever the villain. Aja Kong would not face it up at all. Full heel, 100%.
Nice.
And then the main event, which unlike Backlash, felt like a fucking main event. Sami Zayn defending the Eve Championship against Charlie Morgan. First, this match contains a fucking balcony dive.
Jesus.
Nice.
Okay.
The crowd was super into this match and the whole show on top of it. And just to show just how much this main event meant to this crowd, as soon as the bell rung, the fans leaped out of their chairs with excitement. Like this was fucking Rocky. This is a must-see show if you're a fan of women's wrestling.
So that makes it two must-see shows this year. Femme Fatale 20, which I attended, and Wrestle Kingdom. Are we noticing a pattern in women's wrestling, everybody?
It's picking up momentum.
I'm telling you. Telling you.
Next one we'll talk about, something that was alluded to in the emails, is the fact that is CM Punk all in?
Well, ish.
He's going to be at the meet and greet convention.
Yeah, they're doing a Starcast gimmick, a convention with an all-in weekend. And at Pro Wrestling Tees, CM Punk has agreed to appear.
And you know who else is going to be there?
A whole boatload of people.
Including your favorite person in the history of pro wrestling, Vince Russo.
Get out.
He's legit going to be there, though.
Yeah, he is going to be there. He's legit going to be there. But I was saying get out as at the notion of saying he's a person.
If you want to know where he is, follow the bros. If you want to find a T-Rex, follow the Screams. If you want to find Vince Russo, follow the bros.
Let me tell you something, bro. I did it, bro. A bro.
Do not do the Vince Russo drinking game because if you do, that'll probably kill you, and we need all the audience we have.
Don't do the drinking game. You'll be dead after the first match. Just saying.
Someone else who might also be all in might be Flip Gordon finally.
Yeah, they're doing a matchup. It's a mixed tag, and if he wins it, he's all in.
Yep, it'll be Flip Gordon and mystery partner versus Maxwell J. Freeman and Madison Rayne.
Oh, okay. Who's your guess as to the mystery partner?
Well, I can tell you who it won't be. That's Brandy Rhodes because she has a broken clavicle.
Yeah, she did a tour of Japan, and like a trooper, man. She had a broken clavicle, a couple of broken fingers. She had to go under.
And she wrestled 2 matches while she already had a broken clavicle.
She had injuries, and she had a tour to do. So Brandy Rhodes, golf clap, that trooper, that lady.
Yeah, so unfortunately, she's going to be out of action for the foreseeable
future. I will say this: Cody did tweet this on Twitter. On Instagram, I should say. He posted that she's earned the best cheat meal ever. Make it count, Cody. She's earned it. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Moving on over to the Zone of Impact, we saw Z&E defeat LAX in an excellent tag team contest, making them the new number 1 contenders, and they'll be facing Scott Steiner and Eli Drake for the tag team titles next week.
So who's going to be the bigger dummy? Yeah.
Yeah. And then making himself the number 1 contender for the X Division title is El Hijo del Fantasma, as he defeated Taiji Ishimori, Aerostar, and Drago in an excellent Fatal 4-Way X Division match.
And as much as I love Phantasma, I really wish we could see him come in with the King Cuerto gimmick.
Yeah, the Cuerto gimmick.
Especially
but also, Bobber, I know you tried to send me something. I did not get it because it did not pass through. Don't try that again. Please don't. Anyway, go ahead, T-Dup.
Guess who's back? Back again. Making friends with Joseph Park.
It's your soul! Great! I saw the tweet. Yes!
Grado's not alone, as he has now been put in an angle where he's going out with Katarina, who you guys may remember as Katie Lee Burchill.
Although it's funny you bring up Katarina, because wasn't there? I seem to recall that there was somebody in I think it was in hockey or some other sport who got in trouble for licking people.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck, I'm trying to remember now.
What's that to do with Katarina though?
No, she had a licking gimmick, I think. I'm trying to remember the
lick of death.
Yeah, the lick of death. That's Katrina from Lucha
Underground.
From Lucha Underground.
Those are two different people.
Let's see. Hockey licking. Let me Google it real quick. Brad Marchand.
Yeah.
That's what from the Boston Bruins. Which, we had the family and I had an argument over that, but it's gamesmanship, It's called Mind Games.
And speaking of Mind Games, the King of Mind Games, Pentagon, defended the Impact World Heavyweight Championship against Eli Drake, who was cashing in his briefcase, but was unsuccessful within this endeavor.
Because
he got Sandow.
I would say yes, but he's still tag team champion, at least as of that episode. And next week, we're going to get Blanchard versus Hogan.
What?
Yeah, Tessa Blanchard versus Kiera Hogan.
Oh.
Yeah.
I knew that would catch somebody off guard.
Ooh. That's a bullet.
Do you think
you realize how much heat they would get if they pulled a swerve and no, it's Tully Blanchard versus Hulk Hogan?
Tully would get a standing O. Hogan would be booed out the building.
Have you seen what Tully Blanchard looks like nowadays?
He does not look good, no.
And yes, Evil Rep Katarina was the one who hypnotized Angelina Love.
She's the same, yeah.
That Katarina.
Yeah, like
my
I said,
apologies for getting the names mixed up.
Yeah, like I said, the former Katie Lee Burchill.
She was known as Winter on Impact for a bit.
Yep. But now she's
that was the Winter gimmick with the mask and everything else.
Known as the lady who gave us one of the greatest gimmicks of all time, mirrors.
Moving on over to Major League Wrestling.
Yay!
We start off with Tom Lawler versus ACH, who was billed from the planet Vegeta. And he came out wearing a Naruto headband, and his Titantron includes a Sega version of his logo.
Nice. Though, Sega guy, boo.
Hey, they gave us Yakuza.
That's fair enough.
Anyways, this match was ACH's speed versus Lawler's grappling, and ACH did have the advantage until interference from Team Filthy, which gave him the win.
Am I the only one who wants to see Filthy Tom Lawler versus Matt Riddle now in a wrestling context?
That would be one hell of a match.
Just saying.
Although I think it should be a no shoes match.
It should be a no shoes match.
But I'm pretty sure Tom Lawler wears shoes.
That's the joke.
You suck, McMildra. Thank you, Monk. All right, moving on.
Then we go backstage, where Pentagon missed Strickland in the face.
I'll tell you, Pentagon is everywhere.
Yeah, he's on like 3 different wrestling promotions now that are on TV.
Yeah.
He's going for the record.
Well, I think he knows that he gets more over outside of Mexico than he's going to get in the circus that is AAA.
Most likely, yes. And then we got somebody who's also popping up everywhere, Maxwell J. Friedman, as he took on Fred Yehi. And this match had Friedman working over Yehi's arm, and Yehi's offense is quite innovative, I'll say. At one point, doing what can only be described as bicycle kicks. I'm just going to leave it at that. And the ending came when Fred Yehi had Maxwell in the corner. He pulled the referee in. Shove the referee out of the way. Eye poke. Roll up with the tights. Maxwell J. Freeman won. And then we got a backstage promo with Sami Callihan. Still have no idea who the big dude's name is. His name was not mentioned. Then we got an advert noting that MLW will be returning to New York City on July 19th. So maybe look into that, Matty, if you can get to New York during that time.
More than likely, I'm not going to make it. Why? Because I'm a broke motherfucker.
Then we got an advertised match next week. Ray Phoenix versus Pentagon. Number one contenders match. And then we got our main event of the evening. Joey Janela being accompanied by Aria Blake taking on Jimmy Havoc in a bogus adventure match.
Jimmy fucking Havoc.
Yeah, essentially.
Yes.
And essentially this was a hardcore match.
Well, it's Jimmy Havoc. Are you surprised?
Not at all. And let me just describe the ending sequence because it is fucking bonkers.
Right.
Joey Janela misses a senton splash through a table, gets kicked through a door, Death Valley driver through chairs, and then an acid rainmaker for the win for Jimmy Havoc.
That sounds like something we need to watch.
It is, because even if you need to see with your own eyes, because it is fucking insane. And it is the definition of overkill, but I loved it.
Well, in a hardcore match is the kind of thing where you expect overkill, so I can't fault them for this. I'm pretty sure it's going to give Jim Cornette a stroke, but fuck him.
By the way, Schiavone was on fucking point with his commentary throughout this match because his reactions were just brilliant. He was selling the shit out of this match. And then on his way out of the arena, he literally opens the door by the stage to leave, accidentally bumps into Team Filthy, and then they just kick his ass for bumping into him.
All right, kayfabe upheld. Fair enough.
Yep. And I would also like to note that tomorrow night, Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Excuse me.
There you
go. 1 second, please.
You got it. Get it out of your system.
Tomorrow, Saturday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. FSW will be holding a free stream on their Twitch. I'll be pulling up right now to give to you, Matty. Future Stars of Wrestling.
Ooh, all right. Well, I guess we're sharing with the class now here. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be one hell of a show. I think there's going to be a couple big names associated with at least big names on the independent circuit. Let's see. Do they have the card on their Twitch channel? Come on. It does not look like they do. God damn it. Oh, right now they're doing their little Hall of Fame gimmick, I think.
Yeah, right now they're live. I don't think they have a card.
But yeah, my buddy Cutthroat Cody's going to be returning there tomorrow.
All right, they don't have a card, so I'm not going to show it. But it's twitch.tv/Future Stars of Wrestling. Is the Twitch channel being advertised. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do.
I'm looking for it right now. I can find it easily.
There we go. Let's put that link in the chat right here for you folks in there if you want to check that out later.
FSW Vegas. Let's see, Saturday, May 12th. Let's see. I know they're advertising matches on their Twitter. Let's see. Barbie Hayden versus Maserati. I've heard of Barbie Hayden. She's been around forever in the independent circuit. Let's see. Some of the other matches. I know there's Sami Callihan versus Hammerstone. So Sami Callihan. He's going to be on the show, as well as I could have sworn he was going to be on the show. Where is he? Please don't no show.
Oh, wait. Alberto El Patron?
No, the other guy who's famous for no showing sometimes.
No show Patron, everybody.
No, not him. Oh,
it's
PJ Black versus Teddy Hart.
Oh, he showed up on that NWA thing that Corgan's been putting there. I think they're building up Corgan versus PJ Black. No, not Corgan. Nick Aldis versus PJ Black as the next big feud there.
Yeah, so PJ Black versus Teddy Hart. That should be unpredictable because Teddy Hart.
Yes. See, even the chat agrees with me. It's no show Patron.
He's not even booked on the show.
Or if you're going with OSW, Alberto Del Canto.
He's still one of my boys, unfortunately.
You have bad luck. You have bad luck with. I would say that you have bad luck with boys, but I seem to have the unfortunate luck of every Minnesota guy who's on a major show ends up being my boy. So unfortunately, that includes that, except for X-Pac, because fuck him.
X-Pac actually is one of my boys.
He's far too annoying, but unfortunately, it also means that Eric Rowan is one of my boys.
Oh, he's from Minnesota?
Yeah, he. I first found out about him when he was wrestling for First, which the only reason it's called that is because where it's held, First Avenue.
And yes, they're still booking Teddy Hart.
Yeah, they booked him for the last show at the Vanny Columbus Club. Actually,
make sure to tell Teddy Hart to not eat at least 30 minutes before his match.
Anyways, now finally moving on to WWE news. Dean Ambrose is expected to return by the end of summer from his injury because he's apparently been moving to relocated to, I believe, Georgia to rehab full time.
Mm-hmm.
He's been working his ass off doing that. So best of luck to you, Dean.
I'd like to see him come back as a heel.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see heel Ambrose. He's very good at it.
Yeah.
Looks like we won't be getting a Universal title match at Money in the Bank if all the rumors are to be believed.
You see this? This is my shocked face. Look at how shocked I am.
So those expecting any sort of title defense before SummerSlam, no.
We will not. It ain't even worth the bad news bears button at this point.
We will not have an end to the Reign of Terror just yet.
Yeah, this is Reign of Terror 2.0.
And it's even more terrible.
You know it's not terrible? Rusev Day!
3 hours later.
Damn it, D-Lo, I already did that gimmick.
I couldn't help.
I know. By George, I think he's still going.
So yeah, Rusev is in Money in the Bank, which means Rusev might win Money in the Bank.
You know what? I'm going to say this right now. I played the Miz clip from after SmackDown Live. I'm going to say it right now. I think they're building up that main event push for Miz finally.
That'd be nice.
He's a good heel. He'd make a great heel champ. I'm just saying.
It'd be a great idea for someone to win Money in the Bank and just say, I'm challenging Brock Lesnar right now. If he doesn't come to the ring by the count of 10, he'll be stripped of the belt. Then he comes to the ring. He starts to hit his F5. Reversal. Schoolboy roll up. 1, 2, 3. Get the fuck out. That's my dream booking. Even though I know that won't happen.
Although you want to know what you want to know what rule I miss when it comes to situations like this. Everybody remember the 30-day? I think it was the 60-day rule.
Yes.
30 days.
I am fully in favor of bringing that back.
The thing is, they like using 30-day rule when it's convenient, like for their mid-card titles, but never But if it one of their main event guys gets injured and they're going to be back soon enough, they're just like, yeah, let's just forget about that one. They only like to use it when it's convenient for them.
Yeah.
Well, that's because Vince has the memory of a goldfish, so he projects that onto everyone else.
Unfortunately.
And I apologize to Goldfish everywhere for lowering you down to Vince McMahon's level.
You know what? I ain't topping this. Let's go to winners and losers.
Hold on, one bit of news. One last bit of news.
Go.
A man in Saudi Arabia was arrested for criticizing WWE.
Yeah, you heard that right. Dude said, I don't think WB should be here. Arrest him.
What is this, the UK?
Saudi Arabia is far worse when it comes to free speech.
Mm-hmm. I know. I just had to bring that up because I'm still dumbfounded that a man got arrested in the UK over a fucking potato peeler.
Oh my god. Are you fucking... Can we move on before I start ranting on shit now, please?
Yeah, I'm trying to be happy. I'm trying to be happy, Monk. So I'm moving on from that.
Yes. Unfortunately, though, we must move on to our losers of the week.
Oh boy, here we go. Mildra, you're the guest, so you kick us off.
Okay. Now let's do a little bit of a hard mode. Because it would be way too fucking obvious. We cannot have Backlash as a loser for the week.
Oh, I'm going to tell you Backlash is a fucking loser this week. I don't think we need to tell people.
We can agree on that, but that's no fun. So, the loser of the week I'm going to give. And I'm only bringing this up because I only found out about this a few days ago. I'm going to give it to Jim Ross.
Ooh, okay.
On his up, because I had found out a few days ago that they still pay that even though they didn't book the women for the Greatest Royal Rumble, they still paid them. And after the controversy with that, he had made the comment that basically saying you're not owed booking by birthright. And Jim, I understand where you were coming from and what you were trying to say, but man, was this the worst time to have that approach.
Yeah.
Especially since the women didn't even have a chance to be booked. Like, it wasn't even their decision, or like there was nothing to earn for them. Like, there was no opportunity for them to earn.
If this was a case like the women complaining that they didn't get a WrestleMania match, okay, that I could kind of understand. But that's not the case here, because there was one poster that was brought up for this thing that did have some of the women in their wrestling outfits, and that caused such a backlash that they had to back off. Like this, but like I got nothing against Jim Ross, but sometimes he says things that are either very tone deaf or very you completely missed the point, Jim. And this is certainly one of them.
His old age is definitely catching up with him in the past few years.
I will say that he's aged far more gracefully than Jim Cornette.
Yeah, overall, possibly.
Yeah. D-Dub?
I'll give my loser to the booking of the Universal Championship. And if you say what booking, exactly.
And I'll say it for you, folks. What booking?
Like I said, Reign of Terror 2.0.
Yep.
At least, I'll give the Reign of Terror credit on one thing. At least Triple H worked every pay-per-view.
Yep.
Kicking and screaming, but he worked them. Then again, he is a fan of the business and would work name and noun at this point.
Mm-hmm.
My loser is pretty simple. Big Cass. When even Vince McMahon says, just do the big boot and get the fuck out. Do the big boot and get the fuck out. There's a reason when you got heat, you big dummy.
Yeah.
It's because you went off script and almost put a man's life in danger.
Yeah, I do not think Big Cass is long for this company.
No, he's perfectly fine. He's fine.
Well, he'll be fine for a few more months, but he's on thin ice, I think.
Yeah, and by the way, he is not the Bullet Club. Bullet Club is fine. Big Cass is not.
and Big Cass is not mine because I would never have him in any stable I want. He is Big Cass is my Crash Holly.
Oh, why you gotta hit on Crash Holly like that?
I'm not hating on Crash Holly, but you may recall how nobody wanted him in their stable.
Yeah.
But I think we can all agree that the biggest loser is the audience.
Yeah. Especially that week. They should have given us some great Raw and SmackDown lives. We got bullshit. So it's Money in the Bank season, which is going to be a thing that's going to be pushed. God damn it. Let's do winners, Mildra. There's got to be a winner in there.
The fact that the match that I thought was not going to happen because of money reasons is going to happen at Dominion is certainly one winner. Although I do have to dock points for the fact that Jericho couldn't get the mask off.
Yeah. Yep.
The other winner that I'm gonna have to go with is Ishimori. I'm looking forward to see how this goes, and fucking jacked. And last but not least, we're getting the match straight out of Jim Cornette's nightmares once again.
Which one?
Kenny Omega in the main event. That's bound to give him a headache.
That's true. I was gonna say pick one, but there you go.
Well, and it's also gonna give Disco Inferno a conniption, which makes me happy because fuck him.
Oh, wait! You're still putting over Disco? Hey, believe me, the minute Cody Rhodes buried him, that's rest in peace. No more attention for you, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm just saying. I will continue. This is not me beating a man while he's down. This is me kicking him because that's easier.
T-Dub.
Yes.
Do some winners.
Gotcha. Tony Schiavone for being a great commentator.
That's fair enough.
And they didn't even need a Yeti.
It's very true. On my end, I'm going to keep one winner this week. I'm going to give it to Miz. Actually, no, I'm going to give it to Miz. I'm not going to. I'm going to give it to Okada versus Omega 4. Because goddamn it, someone's got to give him a premature winner for goddamn the world is going to blow the fuck up again. And Naito versus Jericho is going to be awesome. Also, I like Jason for the obvious meme.
Even though he had to move it to a different channel because fucking YouTube.
No. The obvious meme of the Bart hitting Homer with the chair, but it's Shibata kicking the shit out of Okada.
Which I am just waiting until Shibata comes back to active wrestling because that means we get more Shibata the musician.
Yeah. That being said, Mildred, do you have anything to plug, or other than the Wednesday show, obviously? But
well, I should make some notes regarding the Wednesday show. Okay, bad news and good news. The good news, we will officially be running the first of 2 micro campaigns on Wednesday. We'll be returning to Legend of the Five Rings, but we're using 4th edition, the best edition.
All right.
That's the good news. The bad news is that the week after, Wednesday the 23rd, I will not be there because I'm in the process of moving that week.
I believe we have talked about that on Wednesday as well. So.
Yeah, I'm just making.
We'll bring it up again on next Wednesday in case you forget, folks.
Other thing, on Tuesdays and Saturdays, give or take, I have been running a thing on my personal blog called Pathfinding, where I've been because every Monday and Friday, Paizo has put out these previews for Pathfinder 2nd Edition, leading up to their release of the playtest version this August, right on time for Gen Con. No, I'm not going to Gen Con because I'm not going to be able to squeeze in 3 convention appearances. But I will cover and evaluate Pathfinder 2nd Edition to see if I might do a mini for it in the future. But the other thing is I can give a bit of a preview as to what reviews are going to come down the pipe on my own channel, because there are 3 projects I'm working on. First one is a comprehensive review of Enigma Beyond Fantasy, which we've run in the past. The second is a final take on D&D 5th Edition, and after that, I do not want to talk about it anymore, ever. And lastly is a review of Power Rangers Hyperforce Season 1. Anybody who's expecting me to go positivity on them, I love to disappoint in these cases. Because grab a cup if you watch that, because yeah, I'm going for the nuts.
T-Dub.
Yeah.
New video coming out?
Soon.
Soon enough?
Yes.
That's not soon enough.
Jinx.
You know me? Coke. Canada. I don't know. As far as the rest of the show, as far as what's coming up next, tomorrow, Helmsman with Tony Helms of the crew. And I believe we have Rising Sun as well at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on this channel. Sunday, TWK Refs Live, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be another regular show with Kamen Rider Build, Lupin versus Pato, Uchikechi Kavan, of course, Hurricaneger. I may be late because Mother's Day. Just heads up. On Monday, the Shades plays. He's doing more 8-bit Mega Man 8-bit deathmatch. Tuesday, Riff Down TWK and his crew of Rapscallions doing more SmackDown Live. You poor bastards. Sorry. On Wednesday, the aforementioned Monk Minis.
Correction, it is not a mini because this is a micro campaign.
Meaning
it's not going to be a one shot. Again, right. Second City. We're done with the minis for now.
All right. Sorry, TW, what you meant to say?
At least we're not doing Raw. I mean, it's not that bad.
That is very true. On Wednesday, No Ranger Recap, we're doing RV Talks. I won't be there, but there might be a group of people hosted by the Shades. They'll be talking about pretty much doing the Matty Jay Live without me, basically. Because I'm going to see Deadpool 2. Electric Boogaloo. I think that's what he's going to call it, but who knows, right? And, of course, we'll be back here on Friday with another edition of the Wrestle-Cast, talking about stuff and or things. Probably a Best of Super Juniors, I would assume. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, that is the show. We thank you very much for tuning in. Hey, hit that follow button, that subscribe button for the exclusive emotes and all that good stuff. On behalf of our guest, Mildra the Monk.
My name is Mildra. I'm your gaming monk. Stay fucking frosty and fuck the Watsy.
On behalf of TWK.
Until next time, this is TWK Review. It's time to work your game.
My name's Matty Jay, reminding you all professional wrestling. Support your independent promotion as soon as possible. We'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Have a safe one. Take it easy, everybody. Have a good one. Have a safe one. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bobby, thank you so much for sitting down here with me. I really appreciate you taking the time today.
1 second. Before we leave, if you don't mind if I do one thing.
Sure.
I just want to say hello to my sisters. Kathy, Jessica, Francis. I love you.
What the hell is that?